Hello and welcome to another very special video. Today I got Farv again. How's it going, Farv?
It's going.
And I'm going to torment him talking about design. And we're going to talk about the, what was it, 5 Primaris characters, which are mostly just, they should have been dead, but we've brought them back because making new characters is hard characters. We're going to talk about their designs. So, first off, I got, I'm going to have 2 questions and I want you to answer them at the very end, if you're ready
No
for the
and
questions.
no.
I'm going to do it anyways. So, the first one is I want you to guess out of the batch which one was the favorite of the outer circle. And then at the end, I want to know which one you thought was the best.
Are you
All
asking me
right?
this now, or are we doing that at the end?
And that'll be at the end. I'm just gonna have those keep
Okay.
those questions in mind. So let's start with Vulcan Histan. Now, in my own video talking about the preview, I had kind of put out some of my opinions on it. But for an update, I've seen worse. So far, you finally
Fair.
got a chance to take a look at it. What did you think?
I'm sorry, I spaced it. Which one were we starting with?
The green one.
Oh, Vulcan. Right. Sorry. Migraines have been bad this year. Actually, as far as Vulcan goes, it's not a bad design. I kind of like the fact he's got the crest on his back with the flames on it, and the little dragon head. The
Yeah,
helmet's decent.
it's a it's a it is a obvious attempt to move Mark 7 close or to move Mark 7 designs into the completely boring
Yeah.
Mark 10.
Which I was gonna say, the helmet is cool. I like some of the details, but overall, I'm not wild about how his armor looks.
I think in terms of designs for Mark
Mm-hmm.
10, it's not bad, but
But it could definitely be better.
I think they need to do something real. I think this would help. Shave off the little ridge, even though they've tried to like downplay it on the top of where the knee would be. And instead of making it look like Mark 7, put a knee pad there like Mark. Instead of making it look like Mark 6, make it look like Mark 7, put a knee pad there. I think that would help differentiate
Probably.
it a little bit more. I think he's probably, in my opinion, one of the better designs. I like that they're trying to take some of the older designs and bring them over. I think that,
Hmm.
quite honestly, the Primaris designs have been absolute failures. They've
Awful.
sold, but they haven't been something that iconically people put in. So I'm going to say he's
Nobody's gonna remember these in a couple of years, if
the
that.
least offensive. I still hate the little fake flames that look like, I don't know, Jello is like, or pudding is popping up as
Jello.
he walks on it. I just don't like when they do stuff like that. Overall, I'm gonna give it a 1 thumbs up. What about you, Farv?
One thumb. I guess one's about all I can give it because I'm really sick, and I've been over this again and again. I'm sick of the primarification of fucking everything.
Also, get rid of the weird neck gorget. I don't like them. All right,
I don't
so
think that's going anywhere.
let's cover the next one. So, Raven Guard are getting a new chapter master as Shrike is doing something somewhere, and his design is horrendous. Um,
And is there any explanation as to why the fuck this is either?
because they wanted to sell Raven Guard a new character, and I think
Ugh.
someone was in
And
their
where did this
emo
guy
phase.
supposedly fucking come from? Because the stupid, weird, like, I want to be the crow side shave bullshit is not working for a fucking 40k character. Sorry.
Well, I think he came from the discount bin of Edge Have. Um,
God help me. Because that's one of the ones I think is my least favorite. The helmet is okay with kind of the odd crow motif. The armor feels a little overdone. I don't like the pose they've got him in, and that fucking face and that hair is so fucking out of place and stupid.
it is a
I can't stand it.
horrendously busy model. We got the little Raven bots at the bottom. We have the dumb tassels hanging down. We got the
Ugh.
Cloak of Feathers. You
It's
know
like
what? I'll give him.
modern GW designs have never seemed to get over the idea of just piling more and more overcomplicated bullshit on the armor does not make it better.
I'll give him this. The helmeted head was an attempt to give you options. Not great ones, but options. Overall, I think he's just way too busy. He's on this weird candle wax pillar
Yeah.
structure thing. I'm not sure what's happening there.
I don't have a fucking
I don't
clue.
like the claws in the feet because they just seem weird. Like,
Because they
if you're
are
gonna
weird.
have them, they're just overdone and don't work. Overall, I just don't think he works for me. I'm not sure I'm the target demographic, even though I like Raven Guard. I'm
I
gonna
don't
give
think
him
any of us are the target demographic
an
anymore for
F
anything.
minus minus in terms of
Ha!
design. He's got the same problem as a certain custode has in the Horus Heresy of just having too much tacked on. If, and I'm going to be generous here, if they'd taken the red tassels off him, it probably would have gone over better because I think the Cloak of Feathers would have balanced him out, and I would have had them nix the stupid ass claws on the feet.
I think you're being exceptionally
I'm not
overgenerous.
saying I'd love the design. I'm just saying I think it would have improved it. Um, I'm giving it FF minus. What about you, Farv?
It just. I'm going to pretend it doesn't exist.
And he's also named Atheon. So go
Oh,
screw
for
yourself, designers.
fuck's sake. Yeah, eat shit.
Kanak Va, the Iron Hand Tomomator. Um, Now in my
Mm.
thing, I did say he was kind of boring and simple. Now I don't think that's a bad thing. He's in his Terminator armor. He's got his Tetsobo power
That doesn't
maul.
make any damn sense, by the way.
So here's the simple thing. I don't mind In fact, I'd say that they were fairly reserved. They give you one power cable. They got a little bit of techno bits on him. Overall, I think he's one of the better models out of this batch.
Hmm.
But I think they slipped up by giving him these weird skull tentacles that kind of come off in weird areas. I know they're supposed to be floating around him. Hopefully, they're easy to remove, but I'm worried about them breaking. But I
Yeah.
think the biggest flaw of this is the Tetsobo. It just doesn't fit Iron Hands. It should have been a hammer.
Well, it's worse than that. It really kind of throws everything else off on the design, too.
Or a one-handed power axe. I think would be way closer to what works for the Iron Hands and their kind of brutal, direct
Yeah.
way of doing things.
The power axe or the hammer or the maul, whatever they want to call it, would have been better. That club does not do it. And honestly, in my opinion, it actually hurts the entirety of the rest of the design. It's so out of fucking place.
And I'm gonna say this: we're 2 for 2 for tactical rocks, guys. Rate the tactical
Uh,
rocks. I
God,
give the
again with that.
tactical rocks on Canuck Vars an A plus rating because they're rounded. Um, I'm gonna give him a C in terms of design. I like that he's understated, very Iron Hands. I like that they didn't go overboard, but the few bits that kind of stand out about him feel like they clash. And I'd like to get a little bit better of a look, but I think his left leg is bionic. It's not super easy to tell in the
I
picture
say I
unless I.
couldn't exactly tell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's bionic. But I could just be seeing things wrong. What's your rating, Farv?
I'm gonna give that one a D.
Also, the little holographic thing that looks like someone's pouring out a energy drink just
Yeah,
doesn't
like what the
work
fuck is
for
that
me.
even supposed to be?
I'm not sure.
Because
I
it's
don't like
another
it.
thing where I feel like the model's too fucking busy, and apart from the Tetsubo not making any sense, what the fuck is that and why is it there?
Both the servo skulls actually take away from this model. If you remove them, I think
Mm-hmm.
he goes up to a B.
That's plausible.
Okay, so let's talk about the con. We gotta go fast. He also has a tactical rock. Rate that rock, everybody.
Uh, You know what? At least they gave him the fucking hover bike back.
I
Or the
like the
speeder, whatever you want to
con.
call it.
I like how the con's designed. They haven't given the actual con. This is
No, it's a...
Soboro. It's the newer con. I don't hate him.
Why
I
do we
think
keep
he's
doing... Okay, why do we keep doing this thing?
bitch fang.
Where we keep switching characters out rather than making the
Well,
actual characters.
no, Jagatai Khan is the Primarch. He's the guy, one of the successors.
Yeah, okay, but why are we doing successors?
He's not a successor chapter. He's a successor to the Khan.
I knew what you meant.
Well, this is a long time after. These are not. These are 40K, dude.
Yeah, that's true enough, I guess. But still, I don't know.
you're
I'm
you're
not
getting
sure
too
about...
anger. You got the anger in there. Okay,
Yeah.
so I like the Khan. Get rid of the stupid knee ridge. Also, the little
What is that, by the way?
side guard for the L or the knee. I hate that. It's a pointless addition they did to make it distinct from Mark 6. I will say this. I don't like his hover bike. He should just be on a normal bike. Honestly.
I can kind of roll. I'm glad they gave him a vehicle, considering that we did have a White Scar release at one point that didn't have any bike at all.
I mean, I'm shocked he has a bike and he's not walking surrounded by bikers, but...
Which is incredibly stupid, and that one annoyed the shit out of me. At least they gave him a bike. I will agree that it is weird that it's a hover bike and not the normal big-ass, like, two-wheeled bastards that look like they run over cars.
Also, they didn't give us multiple looks on him, which is annoying.
Yeah, he doesn't have a helmet version or nothing. It's just the one head.
It looks like he's jammed his spear behind his rear, so I'm not sure how he's going to use his pole arm there.
I don't know on that.
Character design, I'm going to give him a B on that. The bike design is an F-.
I give, design-wise, I'd give him maybe a B, B minus. The bike, I'll give it a C, only because it's an improvement over their last release, and he actually has a fucking bike at all.
I love that there's a roll cage for the air intake in the minigun. Very classic.
I don't know.
All right, let's talk about the grizzly bear in the room. Darnif Lysander, who, is less decked out than his 40K model. Bravo, guys. I thought he would be festooned in purity marks and crap.
Skulls and bullshit.
A marching parade of stupid. But I like his hammer. I like it's kept a lot of this styling. That shield is great. And I'm kind of amazed on him being so... well... He's got a good, strong design without it being overbearing, which is difficult for Games Workshop. He is definitely going to be kit bash fodder. And also, bravo in giving him a helmet head option. I'm going to say, for me, out of them, he's the one that scores the highest. I'm not even an Imperial Fist guy, but I think he's just got the best design. It holds to, well, his more classic design. It doesn't go over the top, and he's going to stand out on the field. I'm going to give him an A-. What about you?
I think it is a nice step that he isn't completely overdone with skulls and the Imperial Eagle and purity seals and God knows what else. The little tassels with all the scripture on them that they put on a bunch of them too. At the same time, I'm not going to rate him poorly. I guess I'd give him about a B, only because they didn't really do hardly anything with him.
Yeah, they didn't try anything. Again, he's another character who, I don't mean to be mean to you, Imperial Fist guys, but he should be dead. There's no point to him being alive.
Well, there's that too.
And this is from a person who just doesn't think they can make characters. He's also got a tactical rock. Let me know what you think, guys, and the rating for that. I don't know.
What is with the rocks, man?
You gotta make them look important. And the only way you can look important as a commander is if you're standing with 1 or 2 feet at different angles on a rock.
I mean,
Okay.
you could even just you could do anything like slabs of broken hull or metal or something. I don't know.
So out of
Excuse
all
me.
five, Farv, which one did you like the most? Was it Vulcan? Was it Atheon?
Probably the Khan because I used to like the White Scars, and he's a marked improvement from the last mess they put out for him.
Okay.
But I'd say Vulcan was a close second. I couldn't give you 2 cents for the other ones.
All right. So your favorite is the Khan. I gotta say the Khan is strong in there. I think Danif or Darnif takes it for me,
Okay.
but I really have a kind of soft spot for Vulcan. But I still think his 40K model was just straight up better. Um,
That's fair.
but the Khan is pretty high up there. A couple of them are decent attempts at designing these characters. What one do you think was Maka's favorite?
Mac.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, the emo kid.
Wow, I did not think you were gonna get it. He liked Atheon for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe it
Neither
just
do I.
he's like, man, I remember my emo days.
Oh God.
Yeah, side shave hoodie man. But no, that was
God.
his favorite. So far, with all of that considered, what do you think? Oh, with all of the things that we've seen and we've talked about, there's been this thing bandied about that they are starting to downplay the Primaris designs and they're starting to bring in a lot of older designs. Now, I've noticed some of this myself, especially with the Space Wolves. But what do you
Mm,
think? You've not been super keen on keeping up with 40K anything. You only talk about it with me a little bit here and there when I'm talking about one of the things I'm doing.
yeah.
So for
I, given my inherent distrust and dislike of GW as an organization and the chunkheads in Nottingham that run it, I don't buy anything that is a potentially intelligent decision based on actual customer requests. So my assumption is they're only mildly marginalizing the Primaris thing temporarily to try to sell some more models while they try to liquidate the old style stuff through these box sets so they stop producing any of it and then they double back to this Primaris crap.
Okay, so you think it's purely for maintaining some of the things and just kind of liquidating stock.
That's what I
I
think.
think it's a design transition because I don't think after basically okay, so here's the thing. After the initial push for Primaris,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the sales have been keeping up. That's why they've had to keep releasing new stuff constantly. It's why there's this constant push, but they're starting to have this overstocked issue, which I said they were going to have. And they're starting to try to move back into those older designs for consistent sales because I've heard that they're sitting on a huge amount of like pyroblasters and other things like that.
If it were any other company, I might believe that.
So
But these guys
you
have been
just
so
think
jammed up their ass for so long, thinking that they're ingenious and everyone else are just peasants and plebs. I'm not really sure that they would ever go back on the decision they made. They just tried to manipulate the audience and tinker with what they've done so they don't actually have to change it and admit any wrongdoing.
if
Because
anything I think
narcissism runs rampant in this damn company.
if anything I think it's a rebellion with the sculptors.
Possible.
So what would you rate the overall effort? I'm gonna give it a just straight D.
On all of them, I guess a D is fair. There were a
Like
couple I kinda liked, but the rest was just eh.
I can see some of the work and the design, and I can appreciate what went into them, but at the same time, overall, none of it grabbed me. None of it was
Mm-mm.
like, wow, they really went over. Like with the Space Wolves, a couple of them was like, wow. Even though I don't play Space Wolves, I'm kind of impressed. These feel more mild. Like it's like there's a bit of muddling. Like they're not quite clear on what they're trying to get design wise, and I
Hmm.
think that's why we're starting to see some of these older designs coming back into Fangs. But hey, that's our opinions. What do you guys think? Rate that rock and let
Oh
us
God,
know in the comments.
man,
Till
don't
next
make that a
time,
thing.
check out Farv's channel. He's got a new book on Amazon, I've heard. And hey, if you like me or something, I guess you could sub. I mean, Amazon won't let me go negatives, so let's
Oh, and
teach him with
guys,
positives.
remember that the YouTube algorithm has changed again. So if
Did
you
it?
want to get us views, make sure you leave a comment and a like. Otherwise, YouTube doesn't like to count it as a view. That's how their new algorithm crap
Really?
works.
Oh, good lord.
Yes,
Okay.
that's literally what they changed.
Well, thanks for letting us know, and thank you guys for taking the time to listen to us ramble. Bye bye.